How can you and I remain focused in this world that has so many distractions? You know, I'm a YouTube junkie. I watch YouTube. It puts me to sleep every night. I wake up, I don't get involved in so much of the television news, the main news stations, the CNNs and the Fox News. I, for the most part, get my news off of YouTube. And I have become, I admit, a YouTube junkie. But that becomes a problem. It becomes a distraction for me personally when I am trying to manage my business. There are things that I have to do, such as, update my QuickBooks or, pay some bills or whatever the case may be as it's related to business. And I will find myself moving away from the business task to scrolling YouTube. What's the latest news? What's going on overseas? What's going on in politics? Distracted. If I stay focused on the task at hand, great things happen. And, I have learned some techniques, which I'm going to share with you today, as to how maybe you can stay focused and make great things happen. All right. Now, some of the common distractions, as I just mentioned, the smartphone, social media. How about people? My wife, she's not distracted when she's working. She's not distracted by social media. She's distracted by people. She happens to be a sponge for people. People love to talk to her. She's a great coach. And, our staff, the people at work, they often come to her and they want to talk. Hey, Miss Mona, this is happening in my life. How do I deal with it? What's your opinion? My kids are doing this. What's your thoughts? What's your opinion? And the next thing she'll know, she spent 8 hours in the workplace and really got nothing done regarding to her to-do list because she was distracted by people, which is a good thing. We need to spend time with people, but we also need to get things done. Another distraction is stress. When there are so many things going on in our lives, sometimes it's hard to focus. It's hard to work because we're thinking about, some bills or a health situation or our children. We get distracted with the stress of life. How about wandering thoughts? We start thinking, I'm a gun fanatic. I'm into politics. I'm into, guns. I love guns. I love the Second Amendment. And I can get distracted thinking about, what gun am I going to buy next? What part am I going to add? What, sight, what flashlight, what light I'm going to add to one of my guns? So you can have wandering thoughts about a variety of things. Okay, so how do we deal with this? How do we improve? Number one, set clear goals as to what we want to do. One of the things that I have to do, because I start doing one thing and I move on to something else really quick. By the end of the week, I got 3 or 4 projects that I done started because my mind is always going how to make more money, how to be more successful, how to be a blessing in my children's life. I get distracted. So one of the things that I had to do when it comes to setting goals, I do a to-do list every Sunday night. This is a list of 4 to 5 things that I want to get accomplished in the coming week. And as I get those things done, I check them off. That helps me because if I don't have that checklist, I can get distracted and I ultimately end up getting nothing done. Number 2, a conducive environment. Make sure that your environment is conducive to what you want to get done. I mean, if you're trying to work in an environment, if you're taking your laptop to Starbucks and you're trying to work, it's a good chance that you're going to be distracted by people coming in, people placing orders, people stopping to say something or ask a question. That might not be the environment that's conducive to your work productivity. Or if you go to the park and try and work, or, even if you're working from home, what distractions are there? Are your children at home? Is your spouse at home? Will you be distracted from what you're supposed to be doing? So think about what environment is best for you. Number 3, managing your time, your schedule. You know, my grandson is here with me a lot of times after 5 p.m. I don't plan anything after 5 p.m. because I know I'm not going to get things done. That time is dedicated to him. You know, he's typically in bed by 7:30. So from 5:30 to 7:30, that's his time. So I schedule my work prior to when he's not here, when he's in the child care facility. So scheduling your work, scheduling the time so that you can actually get things done without distractions. How about number 4, building healthy habits? Healthy habits might be taking a break when you're feeling kind of tired. You know, if you try to work through, feeling tired, we all get a little tired. You may have stayed up a little late last night. So by 10:30, 11 o'clock at work, you're starting to doze off. You don't have the energy that you had. So a good habit might be taking breaks every 2 hours. Get up, go get a drink of water, drink a Coke or Pepsi or something like that. That might be a good habit. You might want to make that a Diet Coke because we don't want to get in the habit of consuming all the sugar and get that power rush and then you're sleepy again. How about exercising? Exercising can create energy. So, exercising regularly is going to give us the energy we need to complete those tasks and stay focused on them. Nutrition, what we eat. I just mentioned the Coke and all the sugar. Eating the right things can also, create focus. There's been studies done that certain foods create a chemical process in our brain that allows us to not focus. So eating the right things, having the right snacks around when you're working. How about getting proper sleep? That's important. If you're up late at night watching television, you're not going to be able to stay focused for 8 hours the next day. I used to have a really bad habit. I'm a gamer, not as much anymore, but PlayStation, Mortal Kombat, and NFL, whatever the latest version of those games are out. I was up playing those games till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and then had to be back at work at 8 o'clock. Well, needless to say, I didn't get much done. All right. So those are bad habits, and we want to create good habits when it comes to being focused. Number 5, overcome the challenges of focusing. The number one challenge for me is procrastination. I am a procrastinator. I am one of those people that I know if I can do it tomorrow, the thought is, why do it today? And that's one of the reasons why I came up with my to-do list. If it's the end of the day on Monday and I have crossed nothing off on my list, then I know there's a problem and I get busy. I stop procrastinating, I get it done. So figure out a way to not procrastinate. And then my last comment on this is managing your stress. If you can manage your life and keep some of the stress down, you will also be able to focus a little bit better. All right, we want to stay focused. So take some of these habits, put them into action, and accomplish more. If you like this information, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Be blessed.